Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show.
We've got
How's it going,
Facebook.
Chris?
I just checked it.
All
Yeah,
right. Well, yours
we're on
is
Facebook.
working. Good.
You need to
I'm
hit the
glad,
refresh
'cause-
button.
Okay, I got to do the refresh button because it's not coming up. But at least we're on YouTube, guys. Thanks for joining us. George is live, and everybody else that's tuning in. Welcome to IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm New York Pete with the Triple T.
Hey there, Tipsy Toaster here. The Tipsy Toaster. Yeah.
Don't
the
be
Tipsy
too
Toaster.
enthusiastic about that. That's your self-proclaimed name, man.
That's right. Yo, Triple T in the house.
The Tipsy Toaster.
So yeah, we're Interfleet Broadcasting, and Pete and I together, we make up a team along with a number of other great individuals like John One and Tara and everybody else that we have come on that does pop culture. I almost said pup culture. I have no clue why. Why would you take a culture of a puppy? But I'm not sure. But pop culture, sci-fi, that's us. We love, Battlestar Galactica is one of our faves. Of course, there's always They Live, V, Logan's Run, most of the
Night
Larson
Stalker.
shows.
Oh yeah, all of them.
You name it. That's
Airwolf.
we're into it. Even some of the newer stuff. But and we put this show together so we could sit and talk and get away with it without our wives around, and as well as hopefully entertain you.
And our wives.
My wife doesn't watch, so I'm not entertaining her. She hates sci-fi. I don't even know how I ended up with her. I really don't.
It's
Talk
love,
about
baby.
opposites
It's
attracting. That must work,
love. It's all
because
about
I
the
swear.
love, man.
Yep.
You gotta be open to love. It transcends everything, even in sci-fi, man. It's Spaceballs. Yep. Good
Oh,
day
just for
from
you,
down
George.
under.
Just for you, George. Hang on.
Get it?
Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, come
Evil
on.
will always triumph because good is dumb.
Chris Laskowski, good day from down under. Welcome to our show, Chris. Thank you for tuning in. And hey, it is what it is, guys. Thanks for watching, and everybody that's watching this in rerun or syndication. Thank you for watching us afterwards.
Can we say they're watching it in the future?
They're watching it in the future. So everybody watches this in your future. It's a little bit of time travel, time loop stuff. Hey, Chris, do you have anybody on the Facebook that's watching with us live? You want to send out a shout out or something?
I've got two people on
that end?
Facebook, looks like, and I don't see anybody's talking. So they're all on YouTube,
All
like
right.
we asked them to be. So most of them are
Yes,
switched over to
everybody's
YouTube.
Good. All right, cool. So,
And
George
by the
in
way, if you
house.
are on YouTube and just happen to go up in the corner up there and hit subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. We
Please.
have to get to 100 subscribers before, so we can get a couple of perks, which is one of the ones is
Yeah.
instead of our YouTube site saying youtube.com/RFQR25291632, which really makes plenty of sense to me.
011 00111 001
Oh, good song. I love that song.
You Cylon.
I love
Anyway.
that song.
Yeah. So anyway, so guys, don't forget, subscribe on the YouTube. We're trying to get the numbers up and, give the thumbs up too. But right now we're getting close to that 100 mark.
We're close.
That's what we're looking for. Very close. So please don't forget to do that for us. We appreciate it.
We get
And
100
tonight-
and we buy everybody pizza. Just kidding.
Just
No,
kidding.
no, better yet, I will give everybody a virtual cookie. If you go into your web browser and look up cookies, you'll see it there.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that, but we will definitely give out shout outs. That's for sure. So anyway, welcome to the show, guys. We have some stuff cooking. John One is going to be giving us a rundown. He's in the wings, our news anchor. So he's got a whole bunch of, hot stuff off the presses that he wants to, share with you. And he also has he is vindicated. He mentioned something before on earlier show, and now he is vindicated, and he'll let you. He'll fill you in on what that's all about. And I'm glad for it though. So he's it's cool. So he's on the pulse of all the things that are happening. And Mediocre Modeler, good evening all. Well, good evening to you too, sir. Thank you for joining us. And we have some Kickstarter announcements, and we have a couple of other guests that we have locked down. So we'll mention those later on. And then we're going to tell you what exactly we're going to move on to. Because today's show, we're going to finish up the Battle of Molukai. And it is one of 4, but this is a story contained in and of itself. And we'll be finishing that up, and it's fantastic, guys.
No, it's not.
And then we'll tell you.
Horrible at the end.
Oh, it's
The ending
awesome.
makes
In
me
the end,
sad.
it's fantastic. Commander Kane, all the
Oh my
way,
gosh,
baby.
give me a break.
Oh yeah, I love Commander Kane. So, Commander Kane, that tale.
Believe that daddy drivel.
Yes, it's awesome. Oh, actually, we'll be talking about a little bit about the Lucifer Chronicles. It's Chris's battle with artificial intelligence, and he's building his own Lucifer model that he's going to wear at Dragon Con, which is going to be very, very interesting.
My daughter finishes I'll finish all the electronics and everything. She's got the hard part of sewing all the pleats.
Yes, and when it's all said and done, you take the textile and you cut a hole in it and you put it over your head, and then you put the other thing over you and we'll see how that plays, because you're going to be like an 8-foot tall Lucifer, and it might be slightly funny.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a large Lucifer. So,
It's going to be awesome. I'm dying to see that.
I'm not as short as the actor that played the
Yes, Felix
Silla.
Felix Silla. Yeah, but anyway, hey, look. Bottom line is, it's all fun. We're also locking down some conventions, so that's happening as well.
Locking down some
with the
interviews
and interviews. Yeah, so we
Fan
have things
movies.
to announce. Fan movies. Oh boy, that's a great one, Chris.
Yep.
So you were gonna actually reach out.
I haven't heard back from him yet, but we're gonna it's definitely it's gonna happen. It's just we're gonna find the dates.
All right, cool.
So,
we're going to be screening a feature-length fan-made movie, Battlestar Galactica related. We actually screened the trailer. We did a world premiere on the trailer for our friends over there. Yeah, and so that's going to be. We're going to break it up. It'll be part 1 and a part 2, and then we're going to have the director and one of the producers on as we show it. So we'll do like a before and after on part 1 and part 2. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's a 2-hour movie. And it's a fan-made movie, and these things are always made out of love and respect for the show. So we're gonna have a good time with that. That's gonna be a lot of fun, and looking forward to that and our guests. So, Chris, let's do the toast.
Right. Well, first of all, we got to introduce the beers tonight. So you go first.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, this is Top Gun IPA, and
I feel the need
for
beer.
Speed. And this is courtesy of Spartan Red Productions and George G. Thank you very, very much for this. This was a Christmas gift. So thank you, George. It's Lost Farmer Top Gun, and it's where's this from? I think it's from, where's this from? It's from Long Island. It's New York beer.
Long Island.
Yes, so it actually reinforces the fact that I'm New York Pete. This makes me more powerful. It's Top Gun beer, New York beer. So
I got the power beer, or actually power mead tonight.
It's not beer. It's not beer. Don't call it beer, man.
Mead.
Chris has. I'll let him tell you what he's got. It's pretty cool though. The bottle, the can. I was gonna say bottle. Yeah. It's a can, and it's got some cool stuff on it. So why don't you show that off?
It's my turn now.
Big guy.
Brought to you by my wallet out of my back pocket. So I love Dragon Con. Dragon Con is awesome. And Pete, I've been trying to get Pete to go, but
Yep.
I can't go. I just don't know. I got this stuff going on. So
yeah. Okay.
Pete just doesn't want to go. I think he just can't. He can't handle having a good time. Con. So, anyways, this is Dragon Con's Nectar. This is actually when they have beer down there that they make, and mead every year. So this is the 2021 edition mead, and I got it in the mail.
I think you're gonna get drunk.
It is. It's only 6%. So it's session mead made with passion fruit, hibiscus, and of course, dragon fruit. I love the can because on the back it says it gives you like stats. So drinking it, the skills you get. Let's get closer there. 21 age, plus 10 dancing, plus 5 banter, plus 2 hunger, and plus 2 agility. And the equipment you need for this beer is a chalice, a horn, a fluted a funnel, a can cooler, or a plastic cup. So I love that. And it says, this beverage has been locally made with exotic flavors from faraway lands. Congratulations, this is a noble beverage to enjoy on your quest. Enchanting passion fruit, heroic hibiscus, and of course, the mighty dragon fruit. All blended with our glorious wildflower honey to create this special 2021 edition of Dragon Con Mead. Godspeed.
You're all blurry, man. You're blurry.
Well, I was reading.
Oh, you're reading? All I could see was
down
like
here.
Metal.
It's down here.
Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah, that's better. Oh, easy.
Oh, there we go.
You're gonna burn out the camera.
There. And there. And there.
Okay.
And there.
Oh boy. Okay. Now everybody just is now hypnotized.
That's pretty fast, though. Actually,
it's not. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty fast. So I love it. So I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Ready?
Ready? Whoops, wait a minute.
Okay.
Get us on there. There we go.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
One,
2, 3.
Okay. Mead.
Oh boy.
I feel Vikingish. I feel Dragon Con-ish.
Yes, of course.
Need to run around in Dragon Con. Ooh, look, it's red.
You should put on your Lucifer head.
So, I'm sorry. I started pouring. I got excited.
Put
Ready?
Lucifer on. Yeah. So I'm done. What do you mean? You started it.
Oh, you're going to drink it out of the can?
No, I poured, man.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. It looks red. Is it red?
It's red.
Oh, boy. Oh, look at that. Oh, boy. That looks good. Woof. You got to tell me if it's sweet, though.
Did it hiss?
Yeah. I hear, yeah. Yeah, it's cool. All right.
I almost started drinking. Like,
no, man.
I'm in a hurry tonight for some reason.
I don't know. You got to calm down. Hey, Sean's with us.
Yeah, he is on the other side.
Board. Thank you. Yeah, cool. All right, so
he said he can't follow directions.
That's okay.
Typical Cylon. I like it. Can't follow those colonial directions.
No, can't. Well, everybody, fans fuel the fleet.
Yep.
We're happy to have you, and we always toast. So I know that Mediocre Modeler has his own tankard that he put together, and it's all. If you want to see it, you go to his site, and he's got his own little brand on it and all really cool stuff. And so
but we could be really technical and say it's on the wrong side.
No, he's got his thing going. I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, so everybody, we really appreciate you being here. We look forward to many more shows in the near future. But we also look forward to this show, and having you here tonight is very special to us. So as we always say, fans fuel the fleet. You are the fans, and without you, the fleet doesn't move. So to you, fans fuel the fleet. To you
guys. Yep, you're good, man. Thank you, George. Ooh.
Thank you, Chris's wallet. Thank you, Chris's wallet.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we're open to sponsors, right? If there's a sponsor out there that wants to sponsor.
I have a sponsor. It's called my wallet.
Yeah, no kidding. Razor Ramon. Hey, what's up, Razor Ramon? Thanks for joining us. Jeff Walters, Go BSG Team Viper. Muffet is the hero. That's correct.
Damn right.
And by your command. Yeah. So
Muffy.
Thanks for joining us, Jeff. Yep. Cool stuff. Hey, so Chris, I think is John prepped and ready to go? Is he going to launch from Launch Bay Alpha or Bravo? And what's the deal? I think you got him ready to launch.
I got to find him.
Right.
There he is. Okay,
there he is.
Give me a second, and I'll make sure his audio is on.
Yeah, audio's not on. Unmute.
Now
John 1.
Unmuted now.
Unmuted.
Hey, look who we found.
How's it going, guys?
John 1. Hey, what's up, John?
Outstanding, John.
How are you? How's the mead?
Good.
It's amazing.
Is it sweet
It's sweet.
or semi-sweet?
I haven't had mead. I think I had mead like a long time ago when I was in Canada.
You haven't had mead? Mead's awesome.
I have it a long time ago.
Yep, mead's awesome. I took some to Pete's house.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, we had. It's pretty good. Yeah.
golden nectar.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
that's Atlanta mead. So
Hey, everybody, can you hear John well? Because I'm picking him up a little on the low side. So, John, are you plugged in well?
Yeah, you guys hear me now? How's that better?
can you
It's
hear
a
me
little
now?
better.
I can turn him
crystal
up. You
good.
want me to turn him up?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Just
All right,
give,
hang
you know,
on.
one or two.
Hang on, John.
Yeah.
I'm turning you up.
My
All right.
my
some
Long
juice.
Island accent is a little messed up.
Oh, beautiful! I love it.
Isn't it great to be in control?
Rock it,
Wait, wait.
John. It's all you, man. What do you got for us?
All right.
So
Cool.
I just boosted it.
Okay, good. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
So
Well, after we got some nice news for you horror fans and some sci-fi fans. After seeing Chapelwaite this summer, which was a prequel to Salem's Lot, a new movie's coming out September 9th. It's got a remake of Salem's Lot. It's a movie. So hopefully it's going to be like the 1979 series. Scared me. Still scares me to this day, but it was very good. Let's watch it for in
good
theaters
stuff.
September 9th. And let's see. And the same, Moonfall hits theaters today. A mysterious force. I'm sorry, my bad minions are going to go in the dungeon tonight. All right. A mysterious force is sending the moon hurtling to Earth as a group of scientists try to save it from destruction. I wonder what will happen. This upcoming movie
Cool.
has been called the best horror film this year.
Whoa.
So we have to see. It's not your typical werewolf movie.
that's what Moonfall
actually-
is? It's a werewolf movie?
No, it's The Cursed. It's called The Cursed.
Oh, done with the wrong
Moonfall
one?
is a...
Sorry.
there you go.
Now I'm
That's
ahead.
it.
I got to catch up.
The Cursed. It's not your average expected werewolf movie. Watch the trailer with the lights on. It's very good. It takes place in 18th century England. It's a low budget horror movie, but it's very scary. And that should be coming out on February 18th. Well, this crew is back again for more stunts. Let's see who survives and makes it. Actually hurts me just looking at it. As Jackass Forever hits theaters today. Netflix has went back to Netflix has went back to Texas to bring you their version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's not about the NFL Cowboys losing. Still trying to lose some money on that game. It's a direct sequel to the 1973 film. See it on Netflix February 18th. I need to get a Paramount Plus subscription because Master Chief is coming back in his own series.
Oh boy.
And,
So I have Paramount
Watch
Plus.
it.
I just don't have the HBO one.
HBO Max is good. I was watching Peacemaker today. It's pretty funny.
Hmm.
Paramount Plus on March 24th. You'll see Halo and Peacemaker in his own series. It looks good. Look for the previews on the TV now. So, from another video game, Starfleet Academy is in development with CBS to go on Paramount. Hopefully, this series will pick up. Let's see how all this new
You
students
got to
trying
be kidding me. Another Star Trek?
And another one. They have a sequel, Division 31, coming out with Michelle Yeoh. That just got picked up. So
Oh, my gosh.
coming more and more and more. They're definitely prospering. Hopefully, they don't
They're gonna
overkill
kill it.
like Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only say Disney movie with the Solo movie proved that one.
We
But-
should have seen this one
Exactly.
coming because, was it Discovery that the redhead girl, I can't remember her name, she goes
come
off
on.
the beach with the cadets. I'm guessing that's what this is going to
Janeway,
be.
Captain Janeway.
Yeah, Captain Janeway.
Yeah.
Yep. On Prodigy.
Prodigy.
I need
Yeah.
to watch my
Yeah.
cartoons. I have to go to my mother's house to watch that. That's why I need to get Paramount.
Hey, Mom! I just going over to watch TV.
Yeah, I was saying watch TV for a while. I'll have a cup of tea. That's when I turn on and watch Prodigy. And this upcoming series is one of my guilty pleasures. If you guys haven't seen it, please do. It's pretty good. It's got Michelle Yeoh, very good actresses. It's pretty funny. It's Killing Eve. We'll debut the fourth and sadly the final season. Will air on AMC February 27th and 28th. See it if you haven't.
What is it
Season
about?
2 of It's about Michelle Yeoh works for the CIA, but she lives in England, and they're trying to investigate this serial killer. played by the I forgot her actor, but she's really good. She's like a psychotic killer. She kills people in pretty funny ways. So they're trying to figure out how to get her, and she's just insane. So it's pretty funny. You have to. If
Sounds
you
like
haven't
a
seen the
marriage.
series, it's pretty funny. Oh, it's good. Yeah, Michelle Yeoh is really funny, especially when she comes on after the aftermath. But she kills people in very interesting ways. So check it out. It's pretty funny.
Gotcha.
And if you guys haven't seen it, season 2 of Raised by Wolves is out, coming out on HBO Max yesterday. I didn't watch Raised by Wolves. I kind of didn't like the lady flying in the air. I couldn't get into it. So, but that's out.
Boy.
Space Force season 2 was on Netflix, coming on Netflix too on February 18th. I haven't watched that either, but they say it's funny,
it was okay.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't get into it. I was like, I don't know if it's
Nah.
funny or not, but I think it was just to make fun of the new unit.
Yeah.
But check it out. And my pick on comics this week is Spawn number 326, because it's Spawn and he's on a motorcycle. It's pretty cool. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear number 2, where she Elektra fights Kraven the Hunter. That's going to be worth a pretty good comic.
Did we skip over aliens?
No, we have not skipped over Aliens yet. But Aliens, this book is coming out on the 35th anniversary of Aliens. A group of international artists are going to write their take on the Aliens movie, the Cameron one. I don't know what they can make. Aliens eating people, fighting, but it's coming out new. Orders on Amazon.
And I think that's up in WonderCon's doing an Aliens.
Yeah, they
meetup.
WinterCon.
That's it.
WinterCon. Yeah, they're gonna come visit
doing Aliens. Yeah, reunion.
And I think there was just another one on the news today that they just added that. I think the girl that played the machine gunner, she's gonna be there.
Oh wow!
That's good.
Vasquez, I think she's gonna show up on that.
Yeah, she does a lot of stuff, man. She does a lot of.
Was she in Fast and Furious, or is that the other one?
Supporting characters.
That was Michelle Rodriguez. She's the other one.
That's Rodriguez. Okay.
Rodriguez. Yeah, she was good. She was badass.
She's in a lot of stuff, man. So that's pretty cool. Very cool.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
And what else? Let's see, Spider-Man number 88. Queen Goblin makes her debut. If you see that, there's a lot of speculation on that comic. Go get it. I think I previewed a couple weeks ago about Black Panther coming out. Issue 1. Issue 1's like $150 already. So,
man,
see it,
that's crazy.
They make a lot of money in these comics. So another prediction I made a while back on a character that may show up on Book of Boba Fett. You know, if you haven't seen the series, I have my ups and downs. It should get good, but Boba needs to do. But this episode, the last episode, did not disappoint. I had a lot of nods to Anakin, a lot of old Star Wars scenes that you remember. Especially with Yoda and Grogu and Luke Skywalker. But this one was good.
Cool.
I really enjoyed it. This one had it was a debut of Cad Bane made his debut. He's a bounty hunter in Clone Wars. Really good. The guy that originally had voiced him in the series voiced him, and he came up and he did not disappoint. So stay tuned next week. There's definitely more to see of Cad Bane. That's him right there. That's his live action version, and he was pretty deadly, and I enjoyed it. So I'm glad he showed up.
Cool.
He's got CPAP poses.
He actually
sleeping.
He looks like the guy from like the original Star Wars. Remember the cantina scene with the guy with the red eyes and the blue face? That was him.
Yeah.
He just different face on it. All right, that's that's all the news for tonight. This is John 1 signing out. Guys, enjoy your night.
Cool.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
The Halo, we had the trailer up on our site, so we had a link to that. So if anybody was interested in the Halo, we put that one up. Section 31, man, that was they were trying to bring that up, for a while, but I think they were worried about competing with some of the other, shows that they're working on, including Pike. So, the Pike show,
Strange New
Worlds. Yeah, that's coming up too. So I guess it would have just created too much competition. But man, I remember when they had Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and the end of the last parts of, I guess, Next Generation or something was on. So there were like 3 shows, and it was just like, man, come on, how do you keep up with 3 shows at the same time with, other stuff you want to watch? And it was a little bit much. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, man.
I like
I don't know what
Jeffrey Walter says Star Trek's spreading faster than
COVID.
Than COVID.
Spreading faster
I
than
don't
triples.
That's it.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know. Look, it's a bad thing because you start to drain everybody's attention when it comes to a series. And if you're going to be cranking out the series and you're going to hold back anything because you want to introduce the new one and you don't want to overlap, which is another thing. So what do? Like, it seems like, so let's do 6 episodes only of one, give you 6 episodes of another thing, and then give you the 6 on another, see which one of those 3 between, I don't know what now, 4 different shows.
And then get confused.
I mean, yeah. And then of course, the other thing is that they'll borrow writers from one to the other, and then one of the shows is definitely gonna hurt for that. So I don't know, man. Oversaturating the market. That's from Sean over at Battlestar Bulletin Board. Agreed, 100%. So I don't know. Fingers crossed, guys. Maybe it'll all be great and it'll be fantastic. But we saw a little bit of this, John, on the Book of Boba Fett. Right, you saw like one episode was definitely better than the other, and then it kind of like back and forth. It was waffling between we don't know what to expect. Oh, this week's going to be the lesser of the better of the two, and then all of a sudden it became the Mandalorian episode, and it was like, oh man, this is exactly what we want, right? But they brought back the Mandalorian, so I'm behind.
Forgot about it.
Yeah, it was like Mandalorian, great. I mean, that's what it should always be. But I don't know, whatever. We'll, we're out here, we're watching, and keep our fingers crossed for Battlestar Galactica, right? We're hoping that maybe, there'll be some, sunlight and some light on one of those two, because they were going to do the movie and Peacock was going to do the show, and now it looks like it might just be one of the two. So I don't know. Well, hopefully something will materialize.
Yeah, and now we got to wonder.
Anything.
Yeah, now we got to wonder if Battlestar is even going to come out, because they keep saturating the market with all these Star Treks, and
it's competitive.
Yeah, I would think it would be would bringing a Battlestar into the Star Wars Star Trek fight be advantageous, or would it be hurtful because they're saturated the market with sci-fi?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's a new world, so there's not a lot of I don't know. I don't think that there's real stats and analytics.
Lola says she's bored with Star Trek, and
I
can get there.
Yeah, I can get. I think all of us can get there. So the bottom line is if you drop the entire series all in one shot and we binge it, right? So it's watched. They got us hooked. We watched the whole thing, and now we're ready to move on to the next show. I don't know. Is that a model? Because if that's the model, and it's good enough. Be honest, all of us have done it, right? If it's a good show, we just binge it, and then we're ready to binge the next one. So that might work. But if they're gonna, try to do it once a week, I don't know. Let's see how this plays out, guys. But hey, we're in it, right? We're in it. This is our thing. We're gonna be following it. And the trend, John, that you've mentioned more than once is this graphic novel to either series or movie. And that's definitely still in play. That's not going anywhere. It's no longer novel to, right? I mean, it's still, that's the model, right? So we saw Dune, and we've seen Lord of the Rings, and we've seen some of the other stuff, which is, novel to show or movie. But graphic novels by far have taken over the industry. So that's definitely a good trend, I think. What do you guys think?
So many graphic novels being a series. I mean, Sandman's coming up, a lot more series. So it's unreal that the movies are coming from graphic novels right now.
Yeah, Mediocre Modeler says sci-fi people are going to watch whatever sci-fi is on. And you know what?
He's got a point, because I was blasting through. So, well, I've seen this, I've seen that, I've seen this and that. Yeah, last 2 nights ago, I started rewatching Alien Nation.
You know what?
It's an older one, but it was torn between V, Colony, which the Colony,
Oh,
which was a really good show.
Yeah.
Colony.
Yeah, it was.
And
It
then
was good.
rewatching, which is another show that nobody heard, Defiance. Defiance was
good,
amazing.
Yeah,
So I had all these
Defiance.
ones wandering back and forth, but Alien Nation came out because it's like, I haven't watched Alien Nation in eons.
Forever.
So, I've seen the other ones a little bit. So, yeah, he's right. Sci-fi people will be sci-fi people. I'll cruise the net and look for something sci-fi, as long as it's not waste of time, because that was what it was. Wheel of Time was just a waste of time.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's good. I like it. I'm like,
I can't understand why Alien Nation didn't get as just desserts as well as it did. I mean, it's a little corny nowadays because it was late, earlier late 80s, but it was just like Battlestar. So, but what a great concept, the aliens land on the planet, and they have to have to fit in with society, and we take them in, and there's different cultures there, and there's the law enforcement piece of it. It's a really good storyline.
I thought so too. As a matter of fact, Mediocre Modeler said that he's working on a Tesla gun, watching Warehouse 13.
Yep.
Warehouse
13.
That was a pretty good show.
That was a good series too.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
and not to mention,
that used to be on SYFY.
yeah,
Yep.
Stargate.
So he's right. Sci-fi people will be sci-fi people. We'll find.
Yeah,
we'll rewatch something if we have to.
That's why we're super fans and we're into this stuff, and we're talking on a show that was on for once.
And my wife won't watch any sci-fi, so it's always me sneaking off somewhere to watch sci-fi.
Yeah. Well, look, all said and done, there's the good, the bad, and there's the ugly. But sci-fi. So I'm glad that it's out there. You know
There's
what?
good, the bad, and the
take
space truckers.
Yeah, you know what? Let's reel it back, because there were times when there wasn't anything on sci-fi-ish on TV, and now we got enough, and
we got so much sci-fi. I mean, sci-fi is really. You look back a couple of years, that was sci-fi was a desert. It was just desert. There was nothing out there, and then Boba Fett and Star Wars and Star Trek, and suddenly the fire hose is on. I just hope nobody gets tired of sci-fi. And but nobody gets tired of cop shows, so there's plenty of cop shows on. So
yeah, it's all good, man.
I mean, how many NCISs do we have now? Like 4 or 5 or 6? Because NCIS Mars or some crap? I don't even know.
Yeah. So I think if we
put the
Star
Treks.
Exactly. So you know what? If we put the positive spin on it, and look, the bottom line is that I'm a big TOS Star Trek, right? The William Shatner, Captain Kirk, that's my Star Trek.
Yes.
But I still watch all the rest, and I have Paramount, and I watch it, and I'm going to watch all the other ones, the Section 31 and Starfleet Academy. I'm going to watch them anyway. Alien Nation was before its time, in 80s audience wasn't ready. Sean, I agree 100%. I remember I watched it live, and I watched it in reruns, and I really enjoyed Alien Nation. Jeff says he's got props. I have some of the props from Alien Nation.
Jeff sent pictures.
Yeah,
we'll have to put some of those up. I have to actually interview Jeff someday to see what this. He actually put us on to the actor there, so I'm going to reach out to
Gary
him.
Graham.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to him and see if he can come on the show.
Have him on and talk Alien Nation. I mean,
I would love to talk to him. He also did
sci-fi.
Sarek?
He did one of he's done some Star Trek stuff.
Sarek.
He's done a lot of stuff. He's good. He's a good actor, and
he seems to be a real fan too. Stuff. I mean, that's rare to find as an actor who is a fan.
Right, who's a fan.
Similar to Richard Hatch. I mean, an actor who is a dedicated fan.
Correct. So we'd love to have him on. Babylon 5, big fan. George, absolutely. Babylon 5, man. Straczynski is working on something. And he
new one coming out.
He's got.
They're working on a remake.
Yes,
remake for on the WB, I think, right? The CW.
Yeah.
I think it is. So he's probably. I don't know. I was going to try to reach out to him. Chris, I think we should.
I'll hit the IMDb Pro again and see if I can get a hold of those.
Yeah, see if we can get him on, because he's pretty approachable. And John's been working on some contacts for us, locking down some authors and others who will be unnamed until we can get those dates in place. But so John, thanks for reaching out and getting some celebrities and
Yeah.
others to come on the show. So we're lining those up. Yeah. So hey, things are moving along. And Chris, you've locked down somebody else too.
Yeah, Eric Cho.
So yeah,
Eric, yeah, he's
yeah.
he's the artistic mind behind some of the ships and Cylon stuff in the new Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
So he's the art designer, art and artist, and he did a lot of other things too. So he's got a pretty decent IMDb page if you look at it. He's done a lot of work.
I think
So
you got
that
his
with,
book.
he just did the book for
Yeah.
the Battlestar Galactica. Crap. It's the
It's the new
Battlestar
hardcover
Galactica
book.
starships, designing starships.
Starship.
Yeah, designing
Yeah.
starships. That's he did most of that book.
John, I think you brought that up on one of the earlier shows when it was about to come out.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he did.
A bunch of
Yeah.
ships from his
Battlestar
specs
Galactica.
on it. It shows the specs now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's coming on the show. We actually got him.
Oh, wow.
Just locked him
We
down.
set him up.
So he's
ready to come.
he's coming on the show. I know some of the other guys, some of the IFBers, they actually
Daggett attack.
Mediocre Modeler says Eric Chow is a great designer. Met him at Wonderfest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, I knew it. So yeah, so we're gonna have him on the show. And Alien Nation got canceled, just like Galactica. Gary told me he was out of town. Yeah, Jeff, I'm sure he's got a great story, man. So we'd love to have him on. As a matter of fact, we're gonna have
Yeah, if you
Jeffrey
can-
on too.
You can bump if you actually can, talk to him or something. Bump elbows with him. Send him our way. I'm gonna reach out. I'm
send
gonna
him our
reach
way,
out to
will you,
him
Jeff?
on his Facebook site, his IMDb site, and see what I can get a hold of.
Yeah.
We don't normally have much luck with that, but Eric, that's how we got Eric. I was persistent in sending messages through Facebook Messenger to his site saying, hey, we'd love to have you on. And
Yeah.
he finally
No,
saw one
listen,
of them and said, hey, yeah, sure, I'll come on.
That's right. Gary Graham is also the ambassador on Enterprise Vulcan. Yeah, that's right. So
Right.
Very cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. So, the more the merrier. John, thanks so much for putting all that together. And, I don't know if we had all the slides. I think maybe one of the slides put it out of order for you. Sorry about that. That's bad
That's
on
no
my
problem.
part. But yeah, keep it up. And, we, you got the pulse of the comic book stuff and, everything that's on TV and the like. And so, we'll do a follow up and, you're going to swing around back into the solar system in a couple of weeks. So
Yep.
keep
Like, hey, it's coming.
yeah, man. All right.
I-
Appreciate it.
I
Thanks
just
a lot,
want-
John.
Just want to add one more thing. I hope they remake Space Above and Beyond. That was a really good series.
Oh, that was another one of my favorites.
It's on my chair
That was a
next.
great series.
Yeah, it's on my
Oh,
chair next
it
to
was.
me.
Yeah, that was great. I actually went out and bought the DVD set when it came
Yep.
out. It was really good. Let's look into that. Maybe we can get some of the writers or some of the behind the scenes people. Maybe we can get them on the show and see whatever happened to that, because that was a great show too, guys. What do you
I
think?
enjoyed
Let
that
us
show.
know. Oh, heck yeah. So,
Reach out.
John, again, thanks for doing what you do, and really
Oh,
appreciate
my
it.
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Take care, John.
All right, John.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, love Space Above and Beyond. That's Triple B, Sean from the admin and founder of Battlestar Bulletin Board. Yeah, Sean, I love that show too, man. That was really, really fun. Well, good writers, good show, good episodes. Lola's out there. Lola, thanks for tuning in.
Her name
I
was
don't know.
Lola. She
Yeah,
was a
Lola,
show.
stay away from the Copacabana.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got to get you. We got to get you streaming on YouTube as well. So we're going to be doing more. And don't forget, guys, that we're going to actually let you in on what book we're going to be reading after today. So that's in the making. Chris, you want to tell us a little bit about Lucifer Chronicles?
I'm gonna switch over to that. I mean, you want to do that as well as the comic at the same time, because I have to do the overhead camera.
Well, yeah, just don't fry our brains with
Yeah,
Cylon language.
So before I move over, let me kind of give an update. So recently, I've been working on the Lucifer, and not as much
boy.
on the face and the dome and everything else that I would want to do. But now I had to order some things. So I was trying to put the head together and put the brains in together, and come to find out, Power is an issue. Lots of power is an issue. I was not thinking it was going to take this much power, but the LEDs that I've got and everything else do require a little bit more power than your normal battery pack can withstand. So the eyes, no problem. Remember the eyes we showed last week? That's running off of a simple power bank. So here's the, we had the eyes the other week, and it runs off a simple power bank. It's nothing major on those. It can be powered from the board itself. Wow, this looks like a mess. But it's actually powering through the board to the lights. So there. So that's how that one works. So that's not a problem. I can power it through the board. The board can only supply about 1 amp, 1.2 amps. I need 8 amps to drive the LEDs in the head. So,
oh my God, that's crazy, man.
I need 8 amps for the head, and then I need another 3 or 4 amps, 24 volt or 12 volt, 20. So those are 5 volt, 8 amp. The speaker system and the amplifier is a 12 volt system, and that requires 4 amps. So figuring out all the amperage and having to drop down things, I had to order some things, and we'll talk about that tonight. So we'll switch over there.
All right.
So
so Jeff is going to hook us up. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. And one of them is he's linked up working with Gary, and he's going to hook us up. So Jeff Walters, thank you so much for helping us out. I really appreciate that. And yeah, all right, guys. So, there's things happening. IFB is always moving, and, we're locking down our convention slate as well, right? So we're going to be doing some, following up on conventions for 2022. And Chris has already said
Pete's
and
not
booked
going to Dragon
to
Con.
Dragon Con, and I'm going to Winter Con, and we don't know if Chris is going, but it's a smaller one. There's going to be a lot of aliens, stuff, the Marines and all that stuff. So that's going to be pretty fun. However, there's a whole bunch of other conventions as well, and so yeah, we're looking forward to it. Chris, if you wanna move over to?
Yep, I'll move over. You want to?
Yeah, you move over. And even Earth 2, love that show. Yeah, Earth 2, another great show. I remember I've watched that I think 2 or 3 times, the whole series over. Great show, Jeff. Absolutely. So I don't know if you guys paid attention, but we posted a couple of other videos, and one of them was La Mano del Destino. So we at New York Comic Con, Chris and I, we met up with the illustrator and writer of this comic book series, and Jay Gonzo, and the interview's up, and he's got his part 2, the next series after this one, and it's fantastic, guys. So check out the interview, and that just came up. We just posted that. Chris did a really good job on all the other, all these videos that are coming up. He's doing adding a new style to how he's putting them up and stuff. So he's putting a lot of work on that. So check that out. It's a good series. So any of you guys that are into or watched wrestling growing up, I did a lot, and so when I saw him, I was like, oh man, I gravitated right over to him, and we set up an interview. And so now he's got another series that he's coming out with. And so in the world that he created, things are done through wrestlers. And the wrestlers, of course, they're masked. They're all masked wrestlers. And, so if there's a problem, like 2 corporations are going to go, head to head, they hire champions, and they fight it out in the ring, and that's how they settle things. So it reminded me a little bit of, Rollerball, with James Caan, the way there's no wars, it's just all, in the ring type of thing. And in the new series that he came up with, it's this one champ, and it's a movie. So this one champ in this world, he's actually, you follow him as he is the star of a James Bond style movie. And it's pretty bizarre. It's like a story within a movie, and then we're reading that, and it sounds really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we also have the interview with artist inker Keith Williams. I've met him several times, and the guy is really, really cool. And he's worked on various franchises, and I own some of his work when he did stuff for the Kolchak series. So I picked some of that up, and he is super talented, but he's a really nice guy. And so we did a really nice, quick interview with him at Comic-Con. We're going to have him come back, and we'll highlight some of his artwork and some of his talent. And like I said, really cool dude. So, and he's a New Yorker, so we're going to have him on. And so that's another interview that's in the making. As a matter of fact, just let you know that we are also going to follow up with Chris Fian. So if you haven't watched the interview we did with him, he's the commander currently of the Empire City Garrison, and that's a chapter of the 501. And but back in the day, he was one of the original founders of the very early Battlestar Galactica fan clubs. So he was heavily involved with that. And so we're going to bring him back on, and we're going to follow up the interview he gave us at Comic-Con with, reminiscing on his days in Battlestar Galactica. And so that's all in the works, as well as a couple of authors we have. And we told you we're going to have Mr. Simmons from the Adama Journal. So he created that fan magazine. And so if you guys ever read any of that, or if you're familiar with the Adama Journal's fantastic fan magazine, and so we're going to have him come on, and that's going to be good. And he's looking forward to getting the story straight on some of the facts that are out there about him. And he published several different fanzines. And he did artwork, and he did that for a while, and then moved on to bigger and better professional career in media and the like. So he's going to come on and talk to us about this stuff. Don't know. I believe he's never been interviewed outside of that time period when he was doing the fanzines. So he's going to come on, and that's going to be great. We're going to have a good time with him, and he's going to share some insider stories on what it's like to run and create a fanzine. The Adama Journals happen to be one of my favorite ones, because it meshed together like the full world of Galactica, right? So it was a little bit of what's going on in the convention circuit, and where some of the stars are going to be, and how that played out, as well as the short stories, a little bit of the artwork, etc., all into one. And I really enjoyed those a lot. But he's got some really good stories, so he's going to be coming on. And I'm looking forward to Mediocre Modeler and some of his videos, and Battlestar Bulletin Board. Sean Shallow is constantly putting out some really, really good original content. So if you guys get a chance on Facebook, hit up both of them. And we have a lot of support from a lot of our other IFBers, including the Colonial Warriors with Paul Roeder and all of us over there. So we enjoy all that good stuff. And so let me see. We just want to real quick run down some of our other IFBers. And Carl Cullenschmidt, Team BSG Viper, and Baz Builds by Baz, full scale Mark II Colonial Viper down under. He's constantly updating. And if you guys are fans of, Battlestar Galactica, please make sure that you go over there and you check some of that stuff out. I mean, it's incredible. And then, of course, there is constantly a lot of great fan fiction. And I'm waiting for Tipsy Toaster to tell me that. Yes. Are you ready? Okay. I thought you were just going to press the button and do it. Just press the button. You waiting for that? Go. You're on, man. Is your audio on?
By your command.
Oh, my God. Go.
By your command. There we go.
Oh, boy.
Got me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to just...
I was waiting for you to stop talking. Holy cow. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, man. I was waiting for you to push me off, man. I saw...
You saw me sitting there.
I didn't know what the hell's going on. Lucifer's head brains are everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? He must have broke the model.
No. Well, there's no Lucifer model tonight. There we go. So, Lucifer's brains. Lucifer's brains has 120 LEDs in it.
Oh boy.
So each one of these LEDs draws a certain amount of amperage. And let's see if I can get that on there. There we go. Come on. It's an older camera. There we go. So each one of these LEDs draws a certain amperage. Now each one of these LEDs is capable of being independently turned on and off. So that's one of the reasons why it's got its own little computer chip on the inside. So 120 LEDs times the amount of amperage, like 0.300 milliamp type things. It comes out to about 30 milliamps. It comes out to about, with 120 of them, it came out to 3.8 amps. So I was wanting to try to get my Arduino out and do all this stuff, and program it. But I didn't have the power. I didn't have enough power to drive these things as well as I needed to. So I went and I started looking at some of the battery stuff I had. So most of you have seen these before. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I hear me too. So I started looking at some of the batteries. Now some of the battery packs, these are special battery packs. It's got the high faster chargers on it. But even if you look at these, this is like 3.4 amps at 5 volts. Now, this is a 5 volt thing. And this one's like 2.9 amps. So I'm still looking at, these things aren't going to hold it. The more amperage I pull, this thing's going to get hot. It's not going to catch fire, but it's going to get in trouble. So I started looking at other things like batteries from cameras. So this is a lithium-ion battery pack from a camera system. And it actually has a 5 volt output on it. But once again, even though this is 7.4 volts and has a 5 volt output, there still wasn't high enough amperage. So, and the other problem I have is I'm running speakers. And the speakers requires an amplifier. Well, the amplifier is 12 volts. So to power my speakers, I need 12 volts. To power my my brains, I need 5 volts. And to power my mouth, I need 5 volts. And all of this together goes way over a 10 amp. Now if there's a plug-in, they sell plug-in ones all the time, but I can't walk around in Lucifer with an extension cord behind me. So I needed a way to get around this. So I kind of went back to what the old Battlestar Galactica people did. Now, you may have not noticed, but the old Cylons, they actually had batteries in the belt. And I didn't bring the belt pack up here, but the little square things, those covered batteries on the belt, and the batteries powered the strobe on the end as well as the light and everything else in there. So they were using battery belts that were 12 volts. So I went and looked at 12 volt batteries. And this only had 1.8 amps. So that one wasn't going to work. And I could daisy chain them together. Like if I put it in a belt, daisy chain them around, I could build up the amperage. But that wasn't going to work well. Plus, once again, I have to go from 12 volts down to 5 volts. So I had to order some special pieces. Number one, I got tired of, I actually had this laying around because I did alarm systems for a little while. I had some old alarm batteries laying around. So I found something that can do 35 amps. More power. This is a SLA, sealed lead acid battery, up to 35 amps. So this will definitely drive what I need to do. And this actually, I have a belt pack that like a fanny pack. Everybody remember back in the 80s. Fanny pack that this fits inside of. And now I have the ability to run everything, but I'm still stuck at 12 volts. So there's a couple of things they make that they call a buck. So a buck transformer, let's get rid of those brains here. It's his brains on the floor. So I also have to run my Bluetooth receiver as well as my speakers. I got 2 of these. Got this. So I need a power distribution. So I got a power distribution board.
Oh my God.
So I got a number of power things I need power. So I need a power distribution board. This is a power distribution board for a model terrain. And what I'm going to do is I run 12 volts into here, and then I have takeoffs for 12 volts. Now, what am I going to do with that? Well, that goes into this. This is a buck transformer. This this can do a lot of cool things. This can go from 35 volts to whatever else. This is adjustable. It's got an LED output, so I can adjust it with this. So I can input 35 volts if I wanted to, and I can output 5 volts. And I can also adjust the amperage out on this. So this is my solution to having a 12 volt battery here and needing a 5 volt power supply for this and the eyes and the brains and the mouth and everything else. So 12 volts into 12 volts into this, and then out. I also have a smaller version for the other parts. So this is a buck transformer, smaller version of a buck transformer, and this changes it from whatever voltage I want. So it adjusts out. Now, this can only handle this can only handle 3 amps. So whatever I put on the end of this can only go to 3 amps. This one can handle up to 10 amps. So I may not need this one as well, but we'll see.
It'll look cool, though.
Yeah. So then I have to find something to put all of this in. So like a pencil box from a school or something like that. So all of my power supplies and stuff will go into that. And then hopefully I don't catch on fire.
Hey, Mediocre
That would be
Mallard
bad.
says he's got a solution for you. Have you considered using one of those amplifiers that teachers and presenters use?
Yep, not loud enough.
Shido makes one, and you can actually add USB audio into it.
Yeah, so I have a couple of those. I don't have it right here. I have a couple of those, and the problem I have is Dragon Con is
So loud.
50,000 people. Everybody's talking. I have for my Cylon outfit, I have multiple speakers. So instead of the square boxes, I chained speakers together on the outside, and I still can't be heard. It's still too low because there's so much noise in there. So I said to myself, we're going to be loud. So when Lucifer talks, everyone will listen. So that's why I went with the 200 watt speakers. Well, actually 20 watt, Jesus. 200 watt max. So I have 200 watt maxes. There won't be at 200 watts. I don't have enough power for that. But we're looking at probably 60 to 80 watts of power out for 2 of these for the Lucifer voice. And that
Paul,
so go ahead, Paul.
Paul wants to know, are you going to have Jonathan Harris's voice on
Yes,
it?
I'm going to take screen clips. So some of the things I found out from the Cylon. Now the Cylon thing, everybody's buys the voice converter. It doesn't sound right. It's it's a nice try.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't sound right to me, and I don't like it. So I still have one. I think it's called a VX40, or I can't remember the exact name, but it works okay. But
yeah,
what worked better was my cell phone, and I have all of the audio tracks from Battlestar Galactica for the Cylon. So I've got a track in here that's constantly the woo-woo sound. I call it the woo-woo sound. That's probably not the correct term. There's probably some scientific term for it, but the woo-woo sound back and forth. So I have that on loop. And then my daughter stands off to the side with a Bluetooth receiver, and she just sits there and makes it talk. So all the music and everything, all the sounds in here. So if she wants it to say specific things, there's a list of about 50 things there. So if somebody walks up to you and says something, she's able to hit the button and it talks in real life. So the same thing is going to happen on the Lucifer. I'm taking all of the,
You actually believe that, Daddy Drivel?
stuff like that, putting it onto my cell phone, and it'll transmit from my cell phone to the Bluetooth receiver, to the amplifier, to the speakers. So it will sound just like Jonathan Harris, because it is Jonathan Harris. And that's what I really wanted it to do. I wanted it to sound really good.
cool.
And
Well,
that's about it. And to charge this thing, though, you need a special charger. So I had to buy the special charger for these. But I have like 8 of these laying around. So
just 8.
yeah, these are also the ones that power your battery backups. It's the exact same battery.
Okay.
So all your battery backups, I have a number of these put in together. Now, if I go over my power limit, I can run 2 of these together, put them in parallel, and I'll have 70 amps worth of DC voltage. So, because if you put them in parallel, it stays 12 volts, but the amperage doubles up to whatever the amperage is. So this is 35 amps. The other one will be 35 amps. I'll have up to 70.
Carl says he uses a VT3
Yep, that's it.
vocoder.
Yeah, I have not had much luck with the VT3. It sounds good for most people. Yeah, I've got the same VT3 vocoder from, I think, Roland. I can't remember the company. But, yeah, I just never been happy with it. And it's hard to fit in the backpack. It's hard to, fit in there, and then you had to run all the wires and everything else. It was so much easier to run cans, CANZ. I just put chrome tape on them and put them on my belt and looped them together, and then now I have a number of speakers on my belt, because there's also no place to put a speaker on a Cylon. There's just no places.
Carl says when I don't want to talk, I used an MP3 player.
Yeah.
And then he would loop it so that it plays the very sound and key phrases for about an hour.
Yeah. So that's kind of the same thing. So the company, when you buy those things, you have the little MP3 player that comes with it. But people would come up and say something, and I like, plus I had to have my daughter around anyways because I can't see out of the darn thing.
Boy.
It was easier to have, it was really cool. It was fun to be set up, and somebody would be like, come up and say, hey, can I have your can I take a picture with you? And my daughter would hit by your command, So, and then we'd be walking down the hallway or something like that, and this is I've got other ones are like I'm searching for the Galactica. People look at you like, what? It's really fun. So I like that ability a little bit better than the vocoder, but the vocoder does sound good, Carl. You're right. It's capable, but it's just, to me, it was just so much of a pain to try to fit it in the backpack, and I bought a child's backpack to put underneath. So we can talk more about that stuff later on. But yeah.
So
any questions on batteries, guys?
No questions on batteries. None.
I don't have enough of them here.
Well, listen, we got some good news. This is breaking news here. Jeff Walters just said, "Hey guys, I just spoke to Gary. He said he would love to come on the podcast." So he's we it looks like we're gonna have a celebrity on our show on IFB for 2022. It'll be our first big name. We're looking forward to it. It's someone that is involved in a lot of the shows that we like, and some of the great franchises, and we're looking forward to it. So we are going to lock that down. I
can't wait to talk to him about Alien Nation. And if you haven't watched Alien Nation, it's available for free on Tubi.
You gotta watch it. It's really good. By the way, Chris, some of the guys were concerned that fires are bad. Mediocre modeler is where he says fire would be bad, and my response was, well, going up in flames would be very bad because you want to reuse the costume more than once.
Yeah. So what I'll do here off of this, so this is my power transformer. Off of each one of these, there'll be a fuse. So if I go over certain amperage on the fuse will pop and it won't put any power to it. So just like at your house, if something goes wrong at your outlet, it doesn't catch your house on fire, the fuse will pop on this and I won't catch on fire.
That's cool. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm more concerned about the Lucifer head. So, I mean, if you catch on fire, that's one thing. But I'm worried about the costume.
Yeah, Lucifer head's going to be, I don't want to have to redo another one of those. It's going to be hard to do.
No, that's for sure. Lee Jacobson, he's got all the Alienation plus the 5 movies, which is all great stuff.
Was there 5 movies?
Yes, that's what he just posted. So
I don't remember that. I'm going to have to look it up now. Yeah, I'm going to have to look it up now.
Carl is all concerned, and he's all up in it. Robo Jock, yep, that's right. And Rob Baum's with us. Thank you, Rob, for joining us. Appreciate it. And Joanne, thanks for watching live. So we have our crew split between YouTube and Facebook. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe over on our YouTube channel. We're just
trying to get to that elusive 100.
Yeah, we're trying to get to that 100. So try to get some of that.
We got 2,100 on Facebook, but we got 78 on YouTube.
Yeah. So we're working on those numbers. So please don't forget. I can just see it now. Lucifer smoking at a con would be very funny. Dave Perry, thanks for joining us. We just finished talking about Tipsy Toaster is putting together his own Lucifer. Original Lucifer from Battlestar Galactica, and he's talking about all the wires and the batteries and I don't know whatever else and how he's doing all that. And after a while, it just sounds like 0011000001100. And so we are now just going to start Battlestar Galactica Starbuck from Maximum Press. This is number 2. So when Chris is ready, he's going to take over. Thanks for joining us, guys. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe over on our YouTube channel. We're gunning for that 100 mark because we need to upgrade on YouTube as well. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And thanks for everybody that's going to be that watches this in the future, right, in rerun. So thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. So, and here we go. Chris, take it away.
Man, I love sitting here because Marin stares right in my face.
Oh, boy. Tipsy Toaster has his giant poster of...
my giant Marin.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, come on. Carl says, Team Viper is working on Comic Palooza for July. Woohoo! Keep us posted, Carl. We want to know what's going on. So if you're locked in, you got to give us the date and stuff. So we want to make sure we actually promote that. Running Lucifer. Yeah, no kidding. I'm dying to see what it's going to look like. Mediocre Modeler says, you should get a Daggett with a fire extinguisher to follow you around. Now that
I'll dress my daughter up as a Daggett.
Yeah, that'll go over real well.
I think I'll be able to see out of the Lucifer probably better than I can out of my Cylon outfit.
Yeah, that's for sure. So here we go, Starbuck.
So Starbuck last week, we just started it last week. Maximum Press number 1 was last week, and we kind of summarize it real quick. It was it's a battle. So this takes place between the Terra, Finding Terra episode, and the next episode after that, which was the the boys and the girls and the
And Eastern
Anyways,
Alliance is in
yeah,
this.
Eastern Alliance. So this is right after Baltar escapes, and then the Eastern Alliance comes back with the Wolf Pack and attacks. Starbuck is kind of has an idea to take care of the Wolf Pack because the Wolf Pack has smaller ships, but they're bombing the Galactica and it's taking damage. He shoots so he finds out, hey, if I shoot up inside of the bomb bay, I can blow them up before they drop their bombs. So, meanwhile, his ship is just he loses a wing and everything else, and he crash lands on a planet, and on that planet is the Resistance against the Eastern Alliance, and they are trying to get a friend of theirs out of the Eastern Alliance jail, and that's also where they took all of the equipment that he needs to contact the Galactica so they can come pick him back up. So he volunteers to go help out into the jail, and he's captured. That's number one. Number two continues the story, and I really, really do love this Battlestar Galactica Starbuck. I love the pictures in here aren't as futuristic as the other ones were, so we're back kind of into the real Starbuck. So that's where our stories is so far, and I love that each one of these episodes starts with a story so far over here in the corner that actually summarizes exactly what I just said. So it kind of gives you up to date what's going on, and then we start out with Starbuck, and he's in the jail, and they are coming to do his, he's doubting himself. He's wondering if he's going to, to lose it, or he's like, maybe I should have said bye to Cass because that was a big thing. Cassiopeia was, you're always taking these dangerous missions, and so there's a Cassiopeia thing. And by the way, Cassiopeia looks amazing in the first one too. Just thought I'd bring that up. So they come to take him out of his jail cell and take him to meet the commander. And I forgot the commander's name. I'll find it again here in a minute. Actually, it's in this one. Give me a second. I want to make sure I got the commander's name. Sorry.
Lighter?
No, that's the other one. Kresh. Commander Kresh.
Okay.
So Commander Kresh is the one that runs the prison.
Oh, the prison. He's
the
warden or whatever. Yeah.
So he's kind of like the warden. He brings Starbuck in. He's like, hey, how'd you like to have a cigar? How you doing? Hey, I just wanted to, hey, why don't you tell me who this guy is? So hey, thanks for, so the person he was supposed to free was a guy named Joseph. And when he walks in to save Joseph, he says, hey, Joseph, where are you? This guy steps forward, and then they all show up and say, hey, thanks for showing us the guy who has all of the intelligence that we need to talk to. So they have Joseph they've captured Joseph, and they know who he is now. They put him in the chair. Joseph won't say anything, so they shoot him.
What?
Yeah.
They blow his brains out?
Shot him right in the head.
Oh, no.
So they shoot Joseph
boy,
my gosh. And
that's messed up.
So it gets better. So he's like, you will now tell us all the information we want to know about the Battlestar Galactica, or the same thing's going to happen to you. And of course, a little bit of fight happens, and they throw him back a cell, and we move out to outside where the other two that were involved in the escape didn't get it. So this is, if you don't remember,
can you lower it a little bit?
Oh, yep.
Physically move. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
This is
okay.
If you don't remember, Charlie Watts. This is Charlie Watts. This is Charlie Watts from the episode with John in it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So Charlie Watts was the guy that Apollo's took over as his body, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Or his thing. So this is the real Charlie Watts. So he's running the fight against the people on the prison planet. So they're like, hey, we're going to make sure they're looking to go back in there, help him out. And, I hope for Starbuck's sake, he's okay. Switch over back to the interior of the business, inside of the thing. And there's this power struggle that goes back and forth between Commandant Leiter and the commandant that runs the prison, and he's like, Commandant Leiter's like, hey, I'm coming to pick him up. I'm gonna interrogate him myself, and then, he's just trying to get promoted more than me, and I should be doing all this. So that you get the little power struggle going on in there. It's kind of interesting. So back to Starbuck. He's in back to his cell. A guy comes in, gives him food. The guy that comes in and gives him food says, hey, by the way, my name's Joseph. This is the real Joseph. The other guy stood up and took a bullet for him. Just because they thought Starbuck may be trying to trick him and find out who Joseph was. So this is the real Joseph. Joseph says, hey, I'm going to help you get out of here. I'm going to break you out. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to break him out. Back to the Galactica. This is, they took a lot of damage during that fight with the Eastern Alliance and the Wolf Pack. And
that's a nice picture of the Battlestar.
Yeah,
That's
it is
cool.
a nice picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Done a really nice job with that. So got some weird shuttles and other ships around here too. Kind of interesting. So back and forth with Adama and Ty. Adama's like, we took some damage, but everything's going to be happy. We're doing better. And then Cassie walks in and says, I understand, So my always big thing is they always go back for people. So they haven't got, they're sitting there waiting for this emergency beacon from Starbuck, but they will not go after Starbuck unless they get this emergency beacon because they don't know where he's at. They don't know if he crash landed, if he survived or anything else. So Cassie's a little upset. And they're like, well, we just got to keep our hopes up. And she's like, I understand. It's just painful. And back a little bit more back and forth. And she's like, well, I think I need to go talk to somebody about what's happened. And, so she's leaving to go talk to somebody. So back Joseph. Joseph's back again. He's brought some homemade hooch for the guards. And he drugs the guards, and the guards pass out from the homemade hooch because it was kind of poisoned. And they pass out, and Starbuck escapes. And Joseph does not escape. Joseph says, I don't want to escape. There's a lot of people. This is a political prison. All these people can help out the Alliance, or help us out, fight the Alliance. So that I need to free them all. And Starbuck's like, yep, later, buddy. So Starbuck takes off. He shoots a little I think he goes across and he slides down the rope and he escapes. Back to where Cassie was going.
Okay.
Cassie, I loved it because this is a part where she goes to the Rising Star, and who do you think she goes see there?
Oh man, I don't know. She goes to the Rising Star. I hope it's not the Sire.
Chameleon.
She goes to see
Starbuck's father.
Ooh.
So there's
Nice.
more backstory
Okay.
here, which is really cool because it talks.
Excellent.
Yeah, it talks about hey, maybe what why did what do you think about? Don't you wish you should have told him? And then she's like, well, I feel for him, I really love him, and everything else, but he's very standoffish. He doesn't, they're back and forth with this, and he's like, if he survives this, I think Starbuck will come back and want to say some things to you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Back to the prison, a little bit more back and forth, and now they're like, you got to go back in. So they make a decision to go back in and rescue and do a big plan to rescue them all. So he's going to take the information in to Joseph and let them know that they're going to come in and attack at a certain time and try to get them all.
It's a rescue mission.
Yep.
Cool.
We jump back to Rising Star, Chameleon, Cassie talking back and forth. It's funny. He's got a little exchange here. He says, you're a wonderful chameleon. Has anyone ever told you that? He says, well, there was this beautiful pyramid dealer on Leo once who thought I was a splendid dancer.
Oh. Oh boy, since it's actually
Yep.
we all know who he really is. The
That
actor
was
that was
cool.
playing him.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh boy, like that.
So this is the prison. Starbuck gets recaptured. They they beat on him a little bit, and gets
Yeah, of
to
course.
Joseph and says, Joseph, we're going to 3 a.m. tonight. We're going to break everybody out. Charlie said, this is what's going to happen, and that's cool. And so this is a little bit more back and forth, and then this is the prison break. There is a lot of dialogue in this comic. You look at the number of bubbles that are in this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's just a lot of
yeah.
bubbles. There's a lot of information. So he's like, okay, we're going to go find your transmitter, because he had the transmitter in number 1, but they took it away from him before he could activate it. So now he's in here. Joseph has taken him to the place where they're storing his Viper, well, what's left of his Viper. And inside that place is also the transmitter to get a hold of the Galactica. So
Oh boy.
they crawl through the ducts, and they have to wait for this guy to leave. He finally leaves. They get in there, and he activates it and puts it back down there because makes it look like it was an accident that got turned on instead of him walking around with it. So
Interesting.
that's that. Back to the Galactica. They get hey, we got it. We got the thing. Let's go save him. And I never got over this. They're like, what do you say? Nonetheless, we're going to go rescue him. He's far away. I don't know, Boomer. So they sent a squadron to go rescue him.
Excellent.
So a blue squadron
Fantastic.
goes out to rescue him, and Commander Leiter picks up the signal now, and now he is ticked because now he's like, they're going to go save him. I can't have that happen. If I get there first, I can bomb the prison to dust.
Whoa.
So he is going to the planet, trying to get there first, and he's going to bomb the prison to dust and kill everybody there, including Starbuck and all of the political prisoners. So
Wow, he's a
that's his
maniac,
plan.
that guy. That guy is a total freaking maniac.
Yep, and that's where it ends.
True to character.
And that's
Cool.
where it ends. So, and then of course we got a lot of thank yous, and once again, I love the episode highlight because this is like, hey, remember from the episode from Man with Nine Lives? For people who never watched the show, they had kind of an information in there for you. And then of course I got some more of the advertisements for the other things that he's done, Lady Pendragon and the asylums that we were going to be.
Ooh,
looking
yeah,
at.
the asylums.
I did not know this part, so this kind of took me by surprise. I didn't know. I would suspect, but I didn't know Richard Hatch says in this episode, in this comic, it says Richard Hatch returns to the ragtag fugitive fleet to chronicle an untold tale of Apollo in Battlestar Galactica, Apollo's Journey, which is written by Richard Hatch.
What?
I did not know that Apollo's Journey from Maximum Press was written by Richard Hatch.
Oh boy, did not know that either, man.
So,
and we're going to cover it.
Yeah,
we're going to
as soon as we get done with this one, I think it's Apollo's Journey is next on the list after this one.
Oh boy, I did not know that. That's cool.
So written by him, and then
yeah. Oh wow.
Hector
I'll
Gomez.
have some fun with
also.
that.
Yep.
Karen is watching live with us, and CJ Clark.
There's probably a lot of people out there like, oh, we knew that. I was like, I didn't. So.
Yeah, we didn't know that either. Oh, Lola says I have that. Well, guess what? We're going to be looking at it, so get ready. Lola got herself a stash, a whole bunch of cool comic books, and a couple of paperbacks. She's rebuilding her Galactica collection. So go for it, Lola. Yeah, good stuff. So everybody, while Chris gets himself all wired up, we're going to now step into the world of last chapter of the Battle of Molukai, and it's a good chapter. It wraps up this story, well, and then we're gonna let everybody know about our next book. So when Chris press the button, we're gonna be back on, and we're gonna jump right into the last chapter.
I'm back.
All right, cool. And
Check
let me see if
1,
there's.
2.
This is you're good. 12, right? Chapter 12, Chris.
Yes, chapter 12, the last chapter of the Battle of Molukai.
And there's some art
Hang on.
in the actual one of the originals, right? That's really cool.
nice. It's nice
That's-
too. I mean, that's you have to remember that's fan art. These people are just
It's
fans
fan
that
art,
make
right?
it.
All this, and we've seen this. Of course, this is Paul. This is for you.
Paul
Right?
has that tattooed on his forehead, I'm sure.
Paul Roeder, Commander Kane, we love you, man. So,
Actually, I think I'm going to
Yeah,
do
so-
a light up of that.
yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice. Yeah. Okay. So,
You wanna
whoosh.
summarize last
Yes,
chapter?
Carl. Yep. So we're ready to rock on to what happens now. So there's been the battle and stuff, and the Pegasus is now on its own, and there is one other ship though that's intact, and Kane comes up with an idea on how to take out the last base star and whatever raiders are out there, right? So there's one. They suspect one fresh, the last of the three base stars that's fully operational and hasn't been touched, and all of the raiders on that, plus whatever raiders have survived the battle so far, which is probably a lot of them in the asteroid belt. And so, it's basically, it was a trap, and this is the Fifth Fleet, and this is the Battle of Molukai that we hear about in the series, and this is the setup on what happened to Kane, right? So this takes place a year before the actual destruction of the colonies. So, Kane, as far as we know from the show, goes into hiding. Well, this is it, right? He was sent out on a mission, and the mission was to go out and visit one of the neighboring planets, Molecay, and find out there was an issue with the Delphian Empire and Molecay. And so the Fifth Fleet sets out, and it's a trap. The Cylons are waiting for him. There's been sabotage. Baltar's done stuff. And so whatever remains of this pretty big fleet that had three battle stars, right, Chris? You remember the names? It's the Pegasus, the Britannica, and you need to actually turn your speaker on. And
Sorry, Britannica,
okay,
Olympia,
and Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Yes. So one of
Or
the other
should
ships,
I say, dust, and damaged.
All right. Anyway, so there is another ship that is survived just barely. It's called the Venture, correct, Chris?
Yes.
And so Kane's idea is to actually load up the Venture with all the explosives that they could find and detonate it as they lure the Cylons in, so that it can take out the raiders,
The final base star.
and and the last base star. So that's his plan. So he's got to kind of like lure the Cylons into things, and it's so the commander of the Venture has survived, and he's brought over to the Pegasus, and of course he's not
so
too
happy.
happy about losing his last command. Losing his command, and who the hell knows what's going to happen after that. So he's losing his ship to
I almost thought you were
Kane's.
going to say something else there.
Right, yeah. So he's going to lose. Yeah, he's losing his ship to Kane's, scheme, and so he's not too happy about it. But obviously, Commander Kane is in charge of the Fifth Fleet, right? He is the commanding officer, in charge of everything, and it is what it is. And it's Kane, so he's the living legend, and he's got a really good plan, and we shall see.
Kane.
Yes.
Ooh, Kane, he's so great. All right.
Yeah.
So this chapter starts out with kind of like the pilots are getting ready. So he is asked for volunteers for this mission, and they are all the pilots are tired from the battles. A lot of them haven't slept in, I was going to say yarns, but that's not the right word.
No, yarns is years, right? So it's
Centaurs.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, so 7 days. They haven't said anything in days, so they're tired and everything else. So it starts out with, the leader of the attack, the group of these people are going to be going there, and you're kind of going through. Hey, we've got, a couple who are married, a couple, brother sister type people are on this mission. And they're going to go through all of these people, and I'm horrible with names, so Pete knows that. So he can probably get all the names, Orestes and whatever.
Orestes, Astartes, Electra.
Electra. So she's going through there, and they're getting ready, and they're tired, and they finally, the time comes, and the alarm goes off, and they all get in the Viper. And they go rushing out there to lure the Cylons into the trap.
Yes. And there's also a married couple, married couple of colonial warriors which is cool, right?
Yeah, I have no clue the names were.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. They were like very, very minor, but they threw in names, and they threw in these other characters.
They threw so many names in the beginning of this thing, I about lost my
hey, Commander, I need you to blow up your ship if that's not a loose cannon. Yeah, exactly. Mediocre modeler. So so it's kind of cool because they the way they wrote it in. Obviously, if any commander would be like, and now where am I gonna be? So they play that into it. It's pretty cool.
We have this mess deck duty.
Yeah, you're gonna be in charge of the mess. So. More Medusa hair. Yeah. No kidding. So, so that's kind of like what's going on, right, Chris? And then so they're out there flying around, right? And they're worried about how they're going to pull this off,
right?
Because they're going to.
And the Cylons don't fall for it at first.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
So they got to fly over this ship full of explosives,
and they're supposed to be the ones that trigger it, and they may not make it back. If it blows up, it may kill them too.
Yes.
So this could be a one-way mission for the lot of them.
That's correct.
So
Robert Baum says it's he's taken umbrage with the way we're pronouncing Molecay. So Molecay, the Battle of Molukai, and he's observant.
Or not.
Yeah. Well,
there's a Molecay in Hawaii.
Correct. And I think
the same.
No, and it's inspired. Larson
was big into that, but
big
I think that's where
Hawaii.
he came up with the name Molecay, whatever you want to call it. That one.
Yep.
That one.
Yeah. And
so he loved to stay at Hawaii, so that may have been where he got the inspiration to utilize that in the original show.
I think so. It makes sense because that's he did a lot of writing out there.
Thanks,
Rob
Robert.
says. Yes. He also says he never saw his observation. Never saw a couple on Galactica or any other ship in the fleet who were married, save for Apollo and Serena for a time.
Well, there was I mean, he's right. There wasn't many. Only ones I can think of was in the very first pilot episode, the lady that was talking Greek, literally talking Greek.
Yeah. Yes.
In the thing, her husband. Yeah. So my husband's arm.
Cassiopeia.
Shunning Cassiopeia. Those two were listed as being sealed.
As being sealed.
Married.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I should have done that when I got married. Hey, honey, we're not going to get married. We're going to get sealed. That would have not.
I'm sure that would have worked out very, very well. Yeah, for sure.
And I could have gotten married in my colonial uniform.
You didn't have one then.
My Cylon outfit. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't have. As a matter of fact, Rob, who is a big fan, says speaking German, I believe, but it was actually Greek.
Yeah.
So yes, the Gemins spoke ancient Greek. In Starlog magazine, right after either possibly 79 or 1980, Starlog actually published a picture of a couple getting married in California, and the guests were all dressed in science fiction costumes, and there were colonial warriors amongst the guests. And I bet you
if I get married again, I'll do that, but I'm not getting married again.
I bet you there's an original costume from the show.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I flipped out when I saw that. I was like, what? All the guests are dressed as SYFY and it's in California, like in LA or something. I was like, oh, that's got to probably be all real,
Yeah, somebody spent some money on that wedding.
Oh, hell yeah.
But,
and that was back in the day. So, yeah,
we
man.
squirreled on that. So let's go back. Where were we? So the klaxons go off. They go out.
Yes.
And they're flying. They try to get the Cylons. Now, Sheba is hanging back to do kind of a cap. So she's doing the cap mission. So she's kind of hanging back. She's going to defend them when they come across. And we saw something funny again. Huh?
Oh boy, Mediocre Modeler says, as much money as you're spending, sounds like you're married to Lucifer right now.
Nah, no kidding.
Oh boy.
I have to wonder, are there any female lizards? But we're digressing again. Sorry. So if there are lizards, I mean, how did they, do the dirty Daggett,
Well, they actually don't they talk about that, like doesn't like Volpa or one of them,
yeah,
they mentioned something about their world and how they so anyway, we scrolled again.
Chapter 2 of the original book, so that's in there.
The Cylon reptilian race was asexual. They were married to their cell. That's it. And so Jeff also mentioned that everything is set up with Gary, so we will go offline with that, Jeff. Thank you. And we will work out a date. Yep. Paul Roeder is laughing. And so the story, the story itself is working its way quickly to the obvious.
It was a decently short chapter. I do think some more could have came out of it. It did seem like it moved a little fast to me. Like it was almost like, we're at the end of it. Let's just get this done. But
they still did a good job with it.
Did a good job.
In the style of
I think
Galactica.
they could have done a little bit more of I don't know. I felt it was rushed at the end. But anyways, so it pretty much is the way we were describing it. They go.
Yeah.
The Cylons chase them. They run away.
Yep.
They blow it up.
Yep.
That's pretty much the way it's written too, by the way.
The venture and then so that happens. There's also a couple of other extra little details that I thought were interesting. So everybody's now kind of wondering where are they going back to the colonies?
Yep. So at the end, very good.
Kane's like, no, they're gonna be lined up waiting for us. So we're gonna make our way back the long way, but first we're going to check up on the Delphian Empire and find out what happened to them and their warriors, right? So he's like, they are militaristic in their own right, so what happened to, where are they? So he figures, let's go check up on them. And so he mentions that towards the end of the story. And the pacing, Chris, to me reminded me of the episodes. The episodes always seem to be kind of fast.
Yeah, they were a little fast.
So that's kind of like, so I felt that. I felt like, the link to how the episodes play out themselves. So I kind of liked it. And I thought it was great. I mean, you always told me that it was a great story.
It is a great story.
And I agree. I agree wholeheartedly, guys. And Chris, I want to say it again. I feel like you can only really get what we're trying to convey by actually reading it. It's not that long. It's really, really good. It's on PDF. It's online out there, guys. And if you're looking to read some really good Galactica with good characters, and there are, Chris, I mean, I know the names. There's a lot of names, but what would the story be if they didn't name the characters, right?
But I think the reason why it just seems like it's like there's so many names is because they don't really break out the characters that much, because it's a short story. It's not. It's a big story, but it's not a novel. It could have been a novel, I think.
No, it could have been, but it was good. So yeah,
at the end there, they're gonna stay behind and check out Gamorrean. So I was thinking about that earlier, and I found a soundbite. Let's see if this works through here. I don't know. Tell me if you can hear this.
Baz, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us.
So here's something from the original Living Legend. maybe.
They were heading straight into Gomorrah.
The Delphian Empire.
It was. Before the Cylons turned it into their outer capital. It's now a model of machine efficiency.
That was a society of 50 million living beings.
Not anymore.
Wow.
So
Wow. They destroyed all of them. Gee whiz. Yeah, they're evil.
50 million. So
Evil.
this is
Very evil. What are you doing?
Evil will always triumph because good is dumb.
All right. Listen, by the way,
go ahead.
Carl says, anyone watch episode 6 of Book of Boba Fett? There's a reason I bring it up. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I haven't watched it either.
it sounds very mysterious, and for him to bring it up, I don't know. Baz, thanks for joining us. We're wrapping things up here, just kind of last minute.
Hit the rewind, Baz.
or-
You'll make it.
Yeah, last minutes of the Battle of Molecay, and so that's where we're at. And Robert Baum says apparently the Cylons never sought to reinforce the defenses on Gomorrah, or did they? I mean, Sheba did say the mission was the first time they were doing a commando-esque assault, or paramilitary maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like they did raids, but
Right.
my impression was that
they were always hit and run.
hit and run. Yeah, so they never had put boots on the ground. So that's kind of like what I always got out of it.
Yeah.
But good
So-
observation.
So, but I like that clip I just played. So they're like, we got to go find out what in this not a fanzine, it's more of a fan novel, fan
novel. Yeah.
fan
Fan fiction.
fan novel. Yeah, that sounds good.
Are you trying to coin new words?
Trying to kind of, yeah, I'll make millions just on a new coined word. Why not? Bitcoin, here I come. So
that's funny.
in the fan novel, Oh, we'll get it. So in that, she talks about how, well, it mentions Kane. She's writing the story. It mentions Kane's going to go back and find out what happened to them. So at this point, we know he's going to go find out what happened to him, and that's kind of, and now we get the snippet from the show. All right, they're all dead. So there is the next version, next episode, or this is a trilogy. So there's another one after this one, and that's when they'll talk more about that Gomorrah and when they're going to go do that and their hit and run tactics, and that kind of information is in the other one. So we're not going to get into that one because why, Pete?
We're moving on to we're going to try another book.
Yep.
And we're going to be circling around. I haven't read Beyond, but in the meantime, I probably will. And I thought it was a good introduction, a great way to tap into Lee Gault and Sharon Monroe's work in this.
Right.
There's four of these, 4 novels to the full story.
Yeah.
And the first one is great. And if the rest, Chris, are as good as this one, it's worthy of reading. So
Yes.
we'll let you guys decide. And if you guys, go ahead and read it and you're into it, for sure. Baz says, it would have been nice to have you on speaker last night while I was working on the Viper avionics.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good pictures
guys?
of it. You've got to go check his website, his Facebook site out.
Oh, for sure.
He's really doing
hell
some
yeah.
work on the electronics and the lighting of all of the instrument panel and everything else. It looks great.
Yeah. Oh, it looks tremendous. Jeff Walter says, if the humans would not have destroyed nesting planet is where their eggs matured and hatched, the Cylons would never declared war on the humans. I have issue with that. I know Chris is going to just go off now, but
That's right.
I have
this
issue
whole
with that.
war was started by them, because even Adama says it in the original episode. It says we wouldn't have, and if we didn't help out our partners, the IL-Series, who are dead.
The IL-Series are done.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's done.
Delphian Empire's fallen.
Yeah, 50 million wiped out or enslaved. I mean, they're gone.
We take
they
slaves.
may have been
I mean,
used. Yeah, they do that. So
somebody has to polish the armor.
Yeah, horrible. They are horrible. But
someone has to polish the armor. I mean, come on.
We love to hate the bad guys, and the good bad guys to hate. So hey, Baz says he loves our show. Baz, thank you very, very much. We love your work as well. So we got to keep us posted. And the pictures are phenomenal. So it's all good stuff. Chris, we are going to, keep moving forward.
Yep.
And remember, everybody.
So now, drum roll. What are we going to do next? Drum roll.
Please subscribe. But I'm holding it. I'm holding it right here. So everybody, since we got the drum roll, we are going to now, starting next episode, everyone, we're going to start with this. This is, let me hold it a little closer, Richard Hatch's book, and it is The Epic Odyssey Reborn, Battlestar Galactica Armageddon. So this is the first of the Richard Hatch series on Battlestar Galactica that he wrote, and it's been 18 years since the Battlestar Galactica and its ragtag fleet of survivors began their epic journey to find the legendary planet Earth, and that's kind of the setup. So we're going to do the first book starting next episode, guys. So we're going to dive, into this, Chris.
Yep. And so if you got the book, read chapter 1 by next episode.
Yeah, join us, man.
Yeah, join us.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to talk about
it.
And
if you don't, we'll talk about it anyways, and you can find out what the book's really about and see if you want to read it. See if you want to read it.
Yeah, read it with us. It's kind of cool. So that's what we're going to be doing, and then when we're done with this, we'll tell you about where we're going to actually.
Paul wants to know if that was a signed book or not. I don't have any signed books. I was not lucky enough to get a signed book.
I have one of the books I have, and I'm missing one to complete the entire set, which is 7. And I have to look it up. There's seven books. Parodies? No, I have that. 7 books. Warhawk. Daniel, yes. Daniel, yes.
Redemption, Rebellion.
Yes.
Redemption, Rebellion.
No, well, this one doesn't have the list,
Warhawk,
but thanks for joining us, everybody. Even all the latecomers, we enjoy having you. And just watch the
Destiny.
I'll sign it for you, says Lola. Yes, Lola, you can. Yes. Okay. Thanks. But everyone, thanks for joining us. And please don't forget to subscribe over on our YouTube channel. We're inching closer to that 100 mark there.
Hey, already?
We're thousands on. Yes, go ahead. Go for it. You're using the medium Buddha.
I use the right words here.
All right,
yeah.
do it.
Oh, that's not the right one.
No, come on. Get it straight. No. Okay, multiple Cylons speaking at the same time. That's rare. Yeah, I think you broke it.
Control you.
Oh boy.
I have
Control yourself.
Which one is it?
As
I was
By your command.
There it is.
There
Can't
we
remember
go.
where I put it.
Do it.
So here we go.
Do it.
By your command. By your command. By your command.
Oh, great Cylon Buddha. We wish for 100 followers on Facebook.
Not Facebook, dum dum.
we have
over 2,000. We need it on YouTube, my man. You messed up the wish.
Yeah,
You messed
I'm in trouble
up
now.
the wish.
I'm in trouble now.
We need a measly 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel so we can move it up into the next level of YouTube obstacle course that they have.
Then our next
Facebook-
goal would have to be 10,000. Yeah.
Listen, we have thousands. Guys, we love all of you and we're so grateful for you. And that's why we say fans fuel the fleet. On Facebook, we have tens of thousands of views, which is mind-boggling.
Oh yeah,
We
love
thank
it.
you so much. We appreciate you, and
We don't get paid for this deal, so it's
no, but we love
love
it to death. That's why we do it, and we're just kind of making sure that we cover the YouTube as well, because the more we balance ourselves out, the more people we can get to
Right.
come
We
on
found,
the show.
we found some
Right.
people when we go to cons like, hey, we want to cover a con, we want to do interviews, and they're like, well, how many
There's
views, how many
thresholds.
people do you have on Facebook? I'm like, well, I mean, on YouTube. I'm like, we got 2,100 people on Facebook, and we do about 16,000 views a month, 16 to
if not
30,000
more.
views a month. And they're like, well, that's nice.
we have
How many
we've
people
had
do you
a
have on
record.
YouTube? I was like, well, we don't have
Yeah,
anybody
exactly.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
We don't pay attention to YouTube.
That
So
turns them
now
off.
we've got to start paying attention to YouTube.
Oh yeah, we've done over 30,000 when we peaked.
Yeah.
We peaked at almost
We
50,
peaked. Now we're old.
50,000. Yeah, now we're old. But have a great weekend, Baz. Thanks for tuning in. And you can just put us on and play a rerun as you do all
Only
that
one
great
thing
work.
I'd say, Baz. Hang on. Ready?
Oh yeah.
Cylon sword.
Someday
Actually,
I will have a real Cylon sword.
Chris says, tempted to make one of those Buddhas and put sound in it.
There you go.
That would be hysterical. Freaking hysterical. However, I just subscribed. Colin, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that. Appreciate everybody. And like I was saying, and Chris brought it up, right? I mean, the bottom line is there's certain thresholds that everybody out there looks for. And we've done so well with all your help over on Facebook. And now we just need to push up our numbers on YouTube. So thanks for supporting. And, we're looking forward to having a great year. I mean, it's February, Chris. It's still early in the year.
Oh, we've got some great people lined up already. I mean,
yeah,
I'm shocked. And then, thanks to people, like Jeff and everybody else is going to help us out a little bit there to get a hold of people. And that's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
We really appreciate that. And then, reaching out to, who you tell us who you want us to reach out to. We'll reach out. Maybe they'll listen to us and come on the show. I mean, that's what, that's how I got the show. I screwed up his name again. Eric. How's that? Eric. I know Eric. How's that? So, ciao.
Yes.
Ciao.
Mr.
Anyways.
Chow, yes.
That's right. So that's how we got a hold of him. So he was going to come on, and I think that's amazing. I can't wait to talk to him to see what his motivation was behind some of his designs.
Yeah.
So
Paul,
and then we got people. We
book,
got everybody else. What? Huh?
Paul said something about having his autographed. Mine is not autographed, Paul. I'm sorry. You win on this one, man.
Oh,
but,
how dare you?
Outstanding. But I'm sorry, Chris. I cut you off, but. Yeah, man, it's all good, bro.
Yeah,
it's all
about
good.
that time, though.
And we're gonna do tributes. So this year there's going to be we're gonna do a couple of tributes like we did last year. So we're gonna do the Richard
Trivia.
Hatch. We're gonna do trivia. Trivia's coming up as well, guys. So tuned in.
We're gonna do a Larson trivia night.
Oh heck yeah! So Eric will be back. Eric Larson will come back, and hopefully by then, some of the some of his work, some of the production that they're working on will be on.
He can talk
TV
about
as
them
well.
maybe because he wasn't able to talk about it. We did an
he's got
interview
a
with
whole
him.
bunch of stuff. So Eric is really cool, and we'll be glad to have him on board. So Chris, I mean, all good things, right?
Yeah, all the good things must come to a pause. I don't want to say an end.
A pause.
Yeah,
That's right.
pause.
It's not an end. It's a pause.
It's not an end because we're not ending. We'll be back next week.
We're just we will.
We'll swing back around on the
the
old base star here and
or Battlestar.
Base star and annihilate you. I mean, pick you up for another great Thursday. So come on,
oh boy,
come on board. Trust us.
That's right. Yes,
there's a cold cell with your name on it.
Yes, to serve man. John says, you mean the light in our hands will start flashing?
Yes. Oh, Logan's run. Mine flashed a long time ago. They're still hunting me down.
Oh boy, that's a good one, John. Excellent. All right, guys.
So, anyways,
all
thanks.
the best.
Go ahead.
Stay safe and be awesome, everyone. Fans Fuel the Fleet, New York Pete signing off. Chris?
Yep, Fans Fuel the Fleet, thank you. We will see you next week when the Battlestar comes around and captures you.